so much, Kathy, for being willing to share a little bit about your testimony and PartnerCo and kind of your background and what got you in it. If you don't mind me asking, where are you located, Kathy?
We live in Odenville, Alabama.
Really? Okay. And how did you first hear about PartnerCo and get into that?
I had a friend who contacted me kind of out of the blue. We were in another marketing company about 20 years ago, and she randomly called me, but anyway, um, um, and started sharing with me. She didn't know previously my history, and in 2020, when I met my husband, we got married during the pandemic, and he was diagnosed with rectal cancer in November. And I'm telling you this first to go back to how I learned about it, because it was very much a God thing. And so anyway, he wound up having to have chemo, radiation, a full ileostomy surgery. So he has a permanent ostomy and has a very hard time retaining nutrients. So anyway, jump forward to her phone call, and she starts telling me about the company and the products, and asked me to come to a meeting. Of course, I did. I felt like God was really leading me there, because for this journey, I have tried to find things that would make my husband's life better and easier and energy, and it's been a long road. So I really felt like God led us to the MOA. That's what I brought home to him after my first meeting. I was sold. My husband was like, "Oh Lord, here she goes again." But he humored me, let me go, and was very willing. And we came home. I told him all about it, excited, and she gave me 3 pouches. Well, she gave me 7 pouches, and he drank 3 of those from that night until through Friday, and then Saturday morning, I woke up about 7:30, and I heard this really strange sound outside, and he was already outside cutting the grass, and that was not normal for him. It would take him, several hours in the morning to get up moving around, and so it impacted his nutrition so much, taking those 3 pouches, that he felt like a completely brand new person overnight, literally. So that strange sound became a normal sound, and he still has more energy than it had before. So that's kind of how we started with it, was the MOA. And
Wow.
jumped in. And most people don't really value their health as much as we would want them to. And that's what I have learned through this journey, is that nutrition, our vitamins, our minerals, all of it plays a huge role in how we do, how we heal, how we live, how we think, how we sleep.
It's funny you mentioned the MOA too, because that's the one that caught my attention first for me, because I'm looking at all the products and which one I think can fit into my lifestyle and what I do and what I want the benefits. And the MOA is the one that actually makes the most sense for me too, because of the ability that it has to help you with recovery. Because I work out, and so plus at the price point, really when you look at it, I think it ends up being like $3 a day over the month. And so if you consider it like adding all the nutrients that you typically would get in the day in for just $3, you can't get a good quality meal for $3 that'll give you anything.
And so go pay $6 for a coffee that's full of bad stuff.
And not even think twice.
Exactly.
And not even think twice. So awesome. So how long ago was that, and how long have you guys been doing it since then?
That was in June. I believe it was the end of June or July. No, it was June. The end of June. So for that long, in the beginning, we had, a huge stock of it, and the expense has definitely been a little bit of a struggle, because you can't just, you want to do it all. I mean, we dove in, we took the vitamins, the Renew, the Noni, we've had the Limu, and of course,
Awesome.
I take the Slenderize, the drops.
Yeah.
But I like a little bit of the new focus that they're on it being a lifestyle, because that's truly what it has got to be. And our approach to it, yes, we would love to be able to make some money from one day, but our approach is more, it has given us, my husband, our life back, his life back. And you can't put a price on that. And
Sure.
so we just want to be able to just share that with everybody. Like I said,
Right.
people don't want to value that as much as we would like for them to.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a reason too. So Ken and Karen and Kristen, Carla, I got to meet them. I think it was also in Alabama.
Oh
That
wow!
we went to this fancy, super fancy barn, and they had all this top notch charcuterie board, and it was it was really really
Wow!
special. But what really stood out to me was all the testimonies, just one after another of um, the different people who shared where they were and how their lives were in a state that they were not happy, they were not satisfied, they were limited even by mobility, limited by what they could do for even employment because of the situation. And so after taking the drops and how much more their life has changed and have they have hope again, and are seeing that progress of the weights that being lost and of the like with Ken, um, you know, cert the way that medical practice is done now, it's not really done with the thought of to reduce these medicines or remove the medicines. The medicines are there to help maintain for the rest of your life type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the mentality that goes about it. And of course, we're not saying that our products cure, treat, heal, cure any diseases. It's however when your body has all the natural hormones that it's supposed to, and everything is in place, all the minerals, all the nutrients, then like I go to a chiropractor um, because I experienced some back pain when I was in my early 20s, but I still go not because I'm in back pain all the time, but because I do it for maintenance, right? I do it for upkeep, and so it's when you have everything, and he always teaches that he's not the one that does any healing. He just puts things back in place, and the body itself naturally does the healing and naturally does everything. He's just helping adjust it slightly to help in the right direction. And that's the same thing with these products. Is like they just really put your body right back in the right place. And once that's there, then everything starts burning. And one thing that Ken always tells me is he when people push back and gives him injection, he asks him, "Well, when was the last time you reset your hormones?" You know, because people don't really consider resetting their hormones or what that means or what that could do for them, and it's huge. I mean, there's testimony after testimony. So, well, thank you so much, Kathy, for being willing to share a
I
little
have a
about your.
funny, I have a funny story, not really,
Please.
but very
Yeah.
relevant to what we're talking about. Um,
Yeah.
so I was diagnosed in 2007 with fibromyalgia,
Mm.
and so I have struggled on and off, been on pain medicine, seen a rheumatologist. I also have osteoarthritis. I've had 4 neck surgeries. I have a terrible back. Of course, I stand all day long. But anyway, my rheumatologist, I went to see him at my 3 months, and I'd probably been using it maybe 6 weeks when
Mm-hmm.
I saw him the first time. And so I went in, and like I said, I've been seeing him since 2007. I've never, in all of that time, been a 2 on the pain scale. And I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really even a 2. I thought, well, if I don't put something, then he's going to say, oh, you don't need me anymore. So I put a 2. And said, "Oh, so we're helping you now. The medicine is helping you now." Like, well, no, I've been on this medicine for a long time, but no, this is helping me. So can we not? Can we come off of some? He said, "Oh no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You know, you just want to keep, you know, because if you come off of it and then you need it." I mean, it was just a very eye-opening, and I thought, "I'm serious. I'm telling you, this is making me feel better, but we're not going to tell the insurance company that."
Yeah. Kathy, you mentioned that I one of these days I gotta talk to my mom and see if she'd be willing to get in here and connect because my mom actually had fibromyalgia.
Yes.
And I say specifically had as in she used to have it.
Mm-hmm.
Doctors told her that this is an incurable disease, that once you have fibromyalgia, you don't not have it anymore. So she actually went through, there's not just these medicines are great, but she went through a naturopathic doctor where she did some really extensive types of treatment. She could tell you more about it. But it's you're so right. Like inflammation in the body can be dealt with if you just put the right things in the right place, like putting turmeric and drinking more water and doing daily stretches and exercise. You'd be surprised at how much just doing stretches really does a huge role. I mean, think about animals, the cats and dogs. Every time that you see a cat or dog move, the first thing they do is stretch, right? And how many times do we just get off the couch and we just keep moving on with like nothing ever happened? But well, hey, I really appreciate the time that you're able to give me and the experience that you've shared. And yeah, I just hope if anyone out there has questions about PartnerCo and is curious about the products, whether they work. I mean, you heard from Kathy herself that her and her husband have experienced tremendous blessings from these products. But feel free to join the school, and you can find her there and ask her questions yourself, or
Yes.
post something in the discussion, and or show up to the Zoom meetings. But yeah, we're just here, people helping people, and so
And
thank you for
I'm
watching.
happy to do this again. If anybody, I mean, I do. I believe in this. I would like to introduce you really quick to my husband. He is
Oh,
my real
perfect, perfect.
my sweetness. Yes.
Hello,
Hey there, and your name?
I'm Alan Holloway.
Hey, Adam.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Glad you're feeling
I as
better.
well, I as well will be available for anybody that's going through what I've had to go through, with questions or support or anything they need. So,
Well,
I'm
thank you very
honored.
much.
So I'm here to
Yes,
help.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, you heard it yourself. Both Alan and Kathy are willing and available to help in the school. And so, yeah, I just want to thank you again, Kathy, for your time, and Alan for joining me. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Okay.
Thank you.